Do you have an old laptop that needs to be upgraded? Well, in this video, I have two simple upgrades you can do to your laptop that are super fast and simple to do. So in this video, we're going to be upgrading the memory. This laptop currently has 8 gigabytes of DDR4. We're going to upgrade to 16, so we're going to add another 8 gig stick here. This laptop has 128 gigabyte SSD, SATA. We're going to upgrade it to this Western Digital Blue NVMe 500 gigabyte SSD. So let's go ahead and start taking this apart. Well, before we take this apart, you want to make sure your computer is fully powered off before you begin. So my computer is powered off. You want to flip your laptop over. All laptops are going to be kind of similar. There's just going to be screws all the way around the edge of the laptop, some in the middle, some will be underneath some stickers. So you want to make sure you peel them off. In rare occasions, if you have one weird laptop where the screws are underneath like the rubber feet, those kind of suck because you got to remove the rubber feet and then get to the screw. And then sometimes when you put back the rubber feet, it's kind of hard to keep them on there. But hopefully you don't have that type of laptop. So basically, most laptops are going to have Phillips head screws. Sometimes they're going to have Torx. Thankfully, this laptop has Phillips heads, so I always have a Phillips head laying around, and most of you guys should have one too. Once you unscrew all these screws, you can go ahead and lift the cover off. I loosened all the screws. With this computer, the screws don't come fully off. They stick to the casing so that you won't lose it. No laptop. This is from a 2016. You can start taking the cover off. Very simple. Sometimes they will be clipped, so just jerk it a little bit. Don't like snap it off fast. Go slowly in the corners trying to get those clips off. But once you get it off, it's super simple. It's made out of plastic. Basic plastic casing here. Some laptops will be more fancy and have all metal. This laptop is plastic. And now we get to the inner components. The things we're going to be upgrading are the memory. So we got an extra slot right here, and then the SSD is right here at the bottom right. So it's going to be very simple. This laptop uses DDR4. You want to make sure you buy the exact memory for your laptop. This is DDR4 memory only for this laptop. So I have DDR4 RAM here. So as you can see, PC4, 3200 megahertz. If it was DDR3, it would say PC3 for DDR3. So this is DDR4. So we're going to install our DDR4 here and replace this SATA SSD with an NVMe SSD. But before you begin, you have to disconnect power. You want to locate the battery. There's usually like a thick cable coming off of it, and it's going through here. So we want to disconnect that. Thankfully, this one has the little tab here. You just want to pull it up. There you go. We disconnected the battery. Now we can start messing with this. So to install your memory, you want to make sure you align it to the slot. So let me show you here real quick. So as you can see on the slot, the pin layout. So the pins on one side is shorter than the other side, right? And then if you look at this memory stick, one of them is shorter and one of them is longer. So you basically just want to align those. So if I were to try to install this like so, you can see that the little cutout here, it's not matching the slot. It's gonna have to be around here. So all you have to do is flip this over, and now the cutout is there and all the pins are aligned. Now you just want to what you want to do is push it in and then push down and lock it. That's all. Memory upgraded from 8 gigabytes to 16 gigabytes. Now for storage, this is being held by one simple screw, a Phillips screw. So all you got to do is remove that. Very simple. Unscrew. Now to remove the SSD, you just want to pull it out, wiggle it out like this. Very simple. This is an old Kingston 128 gigabyte SATA SSD. 128 gigabytes is not it for just one storage option for this laptop. So we want to upgrade that to 500 gigabytes. So we're going to use this Western Digital Blue 500 gigabyte NVMe SSD, just to give us some extra storage. To install it, basically do the opposite of what you did. You want to push it in, just like how you took it out. You want to push it in like this. Let me get this hair out of the way. And then we're going to push down here. Oh, I recommend having a screwdriver that's magnetic, because these screws will get lost because they're so tiny. And there you go. SSD is now installed. So we got our memory installed, SSD replaced, 16 gigabytes, 500 gigabyte SSD. Now we can connect the power back. It's very simple. Just do the reverse of what you did. Right there, push it down. All done. Then you want to get your cover. Put it back on. Tighten the screws and you're good to go. Power the computer on. You will need to reinstall Windows, because Windows was in the old drive. You're gonna have to install it on the new drive to get Windows up. So now you can power this on. Make sure everything's working. All right, so our system booted. It should tell us that our memory changed. Alert: the amount of system memory has changed. Press F1 to reboot. F2 for setup utility. Again, you're gonna have to reinstall Windows because Windows is not installed on that drive. Unless you have an installation of Windows, you're not gonna be able to boot to it. But let's see our system info here real quick. All right, there you go. Look at that. Memory installed, 16 gigabytes. It works. Let's see if we can show our storage here. So I don't know how to bring up the storage on this, but if you wanted to know the system CPU, it's an i5-6300U. And all right, cool. That's all for this upgrade. So now we can just install Windows on this. My laptop was dying, so I connected to power. And let me show you another example of a laptop that's probably super simple to upgrade. I have this Acer laptop here. Let's see what model this is. This is the Aspire E5 575 series. Now this one is super simple to upgrade. You don't even have to remove all the screws. Literally with this laptop, you remove 1, 2, 3 screws. You lift the cover off. Look at that. Look how simple that is. RAM's there, SSD's there. Super simple to upgrade. And this one has a SATA SSD upgrade too. So you can do that too. But super simple with this laptop. I don't think laptops are being made this way anymore. This is an older laptop, but a bit of a modern laptop. This is an Asus. What is this? Asus GL54G. I don't know what year this came out. Probably 2017 or something. 2018. 2018. So from 2018, probably. This one also is very similar to that one. You have to remove all the screws. For gaming laptops that have RGB, there are ribbon cables connected from the case to the board. So you definitely want to make sure that those ribbon cables are disconnected before you yank the cover off. Trust me, I have dealt with something like that before, and I was not happy. But other than that, that's it. That's all for this video. If this helped you guys upgrade your laptop, if it gave you a push to doing it yourself, like the video, leave a comment if you succeeded. And if I missed anything, if I did something wrong, please leave a comment. I'm always learning. Learning is fun. Thank you guys for watching. See you guys in the next one.